As we come into the festive season of high consumerism, accumulating more and more stuff, buying and receiving gifts that we don't need, and spending money that we don't have, I am more and more motivated, spurred on, encouraged, inspired and compelled to keep the decluttering wheel turning in my home. To go against the grain, especially at this time of the year, and keep on the path of this decluttering journey for the well-being of myself and my family. Because decluttering cannot and is never going to be a one-off event. It can't be a diarised date on your calendar once a year that you can simply spend the day sorting, tidying and organising your entire house after the Christmas season is done. Firstly, this is ludicrous to even think that it is a possible scenario, but even if you did try it, it would be too overwhelming and exhausting to execute. Now, if you have been doing the consistent efforts of decluttering regularly throughout the year, this would be the only situation in which I think it could be achieved. But that is my point. Decluttering is the consistent repetition of positive action that absolutely will bring huge benefit to all aspects of your life. And don't get me wrong, I do plan on decorating for Christmas. I do love wandering around the shops and looking at all the lovely decorations and festive gifts that are calling out to me, buy me, buy me. And sometimes I do. But I'm also very wary and mindful that any item I bring into my home is another item that needs managing and storing. I also keep in the forefront of my mind that this year was the year that more would be going out than was coming in, and that I need to hold myself accountable to this, because ultimately decluttering is the solution, not better storage. Most people go on a big declutter rampage in the new year, a resolution to purge the house of all the excess after gifts galore are given and received. But I read a meme a few weeks ago and it spoke a lot of truth to me. It encouraged us to declutter before Christmas and to get those items to the second-hand store in plenty of time. There are so many families that are out scouting through these shops who are on a very tight budget, and it's wonderful for them if they had the selection of our decluttering efforts before Christmas rather than in the new year. Toys, excess good quality linen, kitchen items, clothing, it just makes sense. A powerful quote by Mother Teresa says, "The more you have, the more you are occupied. The less you have, the more free you are." Less is more. Having less clutter in our homes means more time to do the things we love doing, things that grow and inspire us or fill our tanks. Less clutter gives us with a more positive mental health outcome. It invites more joy and peace and pride in your home. Less gives you more physical and mental space and the ability to extend more of an open door policy to family and friends. Less in your home makes it so much easier to clean and to find things. Oprah Winfrey once said, "Getting rid of clutter eliminates 40% of housework in the average home." This makes total sense to me. Less stuff to manage, less stuff to store, less stuff to have to dust or pick up and clean under, less stuff to have to find a home for, less stuff to be burdened by. My house is on split levels, and this staircase goes from my living room area down to the ground level where my youngest daughter's room and the garage are. These containers, boxes, blankets and items have been clogging up this staircase for months. They landed in this space after decluttering my garage. That is round one of decluttering. Sorting out my garage then had a knock-on effect, where clutter that still needed decisions made on were just moved to another area in my home. The garage declutter was never going to be a one-off event, where everything was sorted in one day or even one weekend. My poor daughter has been having to navigate this hazard of a staircase just to get down to her room each day. The carpet is covered in dog and cat hair and desperately needs vacuuming. So eventually I had to move on to round 2 of decluttering. Sometimes you do just have to be in the right frame of mind to tackle a certain project. I had the motivation to do this staircase, but it was not the final destination. I have boxes here with goodness only knows what kind of paper clutter in them, but that is going to be a declutter project for another day. So you can see that just as insidiously and without thought, the clutter accumulates in our homes over a long period of time. It takes purposeful, thoughtful, meaningful, regular and consistent action to grow it into a lifestyle that you choose every day. And so, as I continue with my own decluttering journey this year, not only do I increasingly understand the meaning of this less is more concept, but I feel and see it as well. I see the change not only physically and visually in my home, but I feel it in a sense of calmness, order and positivity that my whole family notices. Every item that is removed from our homes is a step, a work in progress towards this peace and calmness and order to our mental health, and that is what we all want and need. Decluttering is a skill, a muscle that has to be utilised regularly. It is a constantly moving destination that you can never arrive at. It can never be a one-off event, but has to be seen as a mindset of needing and wanting less. A lifestyle that you are always striving and working towards every day. We declutter and organise round 1, and then we continue to keep the wheel turning. Declutter and organise round 2, round 3. Constantly looking and assessing on a regular basis and asking yourself, do I need this? Do I use this? Do I love this? It is a balance of striving to achieve negative equity with our belongings. More is going out of our homes than is coming in. Keep a donation box by the front door and aim to fill it by the end of each week, and up to the op shop it goes as quick as you can. Just take note of how it makes you feel to have the weight and burden of the clutter slowly but consistently removed from your home. I honestly don't remember and couldn't tell you most of what I have decluttered this year so far. The items were of so little importance or use in my home that I don't even know they are gone. This is a true sign to me that it definitely needed to be decluttered. The burden of managing this clutter far outweighed any value I was receiving from it. Keep moving forward in your decluttering journey. It is worth it.